Okay, folks, welcome back again. I'm sitting here with Romeo, now my good bosom buddy, of course. And we're about to go into the next stage of the hypnotic training. So I'm going to run through the actual process here again for you. And then in the next session, we'll break it down just as we did before. So we'll start right from the beginning. This is a brand new person. I have never worked with him before. So I've got to check everything I've done since again, which means my hypnotic context got to be in there. I'll probably start with the A part of the ABS formula again, just to kind of get that whole process, lay down the foundation set straight, and then we'll launch into the next portion, which I think you'll really enjoy. So pay attention and we'll talk about it afterwards. So how are you doing, Romeo? You good?
Yes.
Having fun?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So first of all, like with the other people, I want to say thank you very much for volunteering here today. Without people like you, there's no way we can do these experiments. We can't demonstrate the power of the mind and so on. And just to remind you once again, there's really nothing expected of you or from you. All I want for you is to do whatever comes natural. I'm going to present some ideas to you and just notice whatever happens as a result. Some observations you'll just note. Sometimes I'll ask you for a response. Sometimes you just note them and we can talk about them afterwards. And really whatever comes natural, instinctively, whatever is there, that's all we're interested in. It could be one thing, it could be another. Doesn't matter. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
Okay. If you're willing to do that, in other words, just let whatever happens happen. Don't assist, don't resist, just go with the flow. I can pretty much promise you at the end of this whole process, you will have learned all kinds of interesting things about yourself. And you'll have had a lot of fun as well. So you ready to kind of go into that process?
Looking forward to it.
Good. Any questions you have for me? Any comments before we begin?
No, not at this stage.
Just pretty much just dive in. All right. Well, what I want you to do is just kind of as a warm up right now is just begin by noticing, you know, how you feel right now in the room and so on. And then just close your eyes and notice any changes that occur.
The changes I noticed, well, that I went into myself.
You went into yourself a little more, so your focus kind of internalized a bit. Excellent. So we're going to try that again this time. Let's see if you can do a little bit more of that. So go ahead and close your eyes for a moment. That's it. Just stay there for a bit. There you go. That's good. And what I want you to do now is see if you can focus all your attention. Just gather it all in one place. Almost like a magnet sucking attention in. Notice what that feels like. Notice what happens there. And when you get a full sense of your attention really being gathered together, then come on back, open your eyes, and we'll have a little chat.
Okay.
Did you enjoy that?
Mm-hmm.
Was that pleasant?
Mm-hmm.
So how was that different to the first time you did this?
Well, first of all, it was longer. And
It was
this
longer.
time I was focusing on one specific area.
So you were focusing on one specific area. And how did your body feel as a result?
Well, I was aware that I was focusing on that area
Right.
in my body. So.
Okay. And was there a change in sensation? Did the sensation grow, diminish, anything like that?
The more I focused, the more I became aware of that.
So the more you focused, the more aware you became of that part.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, was that a pleasant experience?
Yes.
All right, that's good. Very good. So go ahead and close your eyes again.
Mm-hmm.
Gather all your attention. Notice if your body is doing the same thing as last time or if it's a little different this time. There's no need to tell me yet. Just become aware of these things. And gather all your attention. Now, I wonder if you notice your breathing's shifted yet. Just place your attention on your breathing and ask yourself, does that help you increase your focus or not? There you go. Your breathing is continuing to shift. Now, you didn't try and make that shift, did you? But there it is. Just notice what physical sensation, how your body feels when your breathing does that. And I'm curious if you can find some area of comfort. There you go. Somewhere comfortable. Relaxing maybe. And if you can notice what happens when you place your attention there. Will it grow like the other one did? Will it be more comfortable, more pleasant? That's it. And whenever you have a full sense of that, and the distinctions between this experience now, how it feels, how you think in your mind, in your body, and what happened before, and bring yourself back, open your eyes, and we'll have a little chat. How was that? Did you enjoy that?
Partly.
Partly, very good.
I enjoyed the first one better.
You enjoyed the first one better, so talk me through it.
Well, I enjoyed the first one better because this time I had a total body relaxation. And
Yeah, I had total body relaxation.
If I start relaxing too much, I become aware of headaches.
Oh, okay. So you did get the relaxation, it's just too much relaxation is not good for you at this point in your life.
Absolutely.
I understand, very good. Well, it's very useful to know, right?
Yeah.
Very useful to know. So you enjoyed it, you actually had the result, in other words, you focused on relaxation, you became more relaxed, and as a result, it took you to a place which was a little less pleasant because you develop, sort of tend to have headaches when you get too relaxed. Is that correct? Okay, good. So are you suggesting then that if we stay clear of relaxation too much, if we stay a little bit clear of relaxation, it'll help you enjoy this process more? Is that correct? Good. It's good for me to know, so thank you. And it's a wonderful thing for me to note down in terms of the process we're doing here, right? So a curiosity, just a question arises in my mind. Is relaxation the same as comfort to you? So if, in other words, if we did the same thing again with comfort, would that be a similar experience, or do you think it would be a much more pleasant experience than what you just had?
I think it will be much more pleasant.
Much more pleasant? Let's give that a go. Let's just find out, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and close your eyes. Very good. So you're getting quite an expert at this now. Gather all your attention. There we go. And notice if your breathing shifts by itself when your attention is gathered somewhere. Very good. And this time, I'd like you to just find some comfortable part of your body, some pleasant part, and put your attention there in a way that increases the comfort rather than decreases it. Makes it more pleasant. You know what I mean, don't you? There you go. You're doing a great job. And notice how this is once again different to the previous experiences, all of them we've had so far. Whenever you're ready, just bring yourself back and we'll have a chat about that. I can see from your face that was a lot better, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot better.
Did you enjoy that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So was that, ignoring the last little exercise we did, the one before that, how was this compared to the one before that? The one which was still pleasant?
Better.
This was better now?
Yeah, because it was easier to get there.
It's easier to get there, so your mind's getting faster at this process, right? I'm not surprised. You're actually starting to learn a few things about yourself, which is good, right? Very good. So now we're going to do some really interesting things, some really fun things, right? And again, just as with this last experiment, please only follow the instructions or the ideas to the extent that there is no adverse relaxation going. It's only the point that you're comfortable. Make sense? If at any point the relaxation becomes too much, please just let me know, and then we'll go down another path, right? Because it's about your mind, not about anything in particular. I'm not trying to achieve anything specific. I just want to see how your mind responds to different ideas, and it should be a pleasant thing all around. Okay? Go ahead and close your eyes. You're already an expert at this. Your attention, notice how it gathers that much more quickly now, and how your breathing has already shifted. Now, I wonder if the pleasantness or the comfort this time will be the same or different to the one earlier on. Will it be more intense? More pleasant, perhaps? That's it. There you go. And now, I'd like you to just become very aware of the physical structure of your body. The way your head's angled and tilted, your shoulders, maybe your spine as it rests on that chair, your legs down to the ground. And ask yourself, no need to speak out loud just yet, but just ask yourself, can you tell which way your head is tilted? Is it tilted slightly to the left or slightly to the right? Or is it right in the middle? Is your head tilted slightly forward or slightly back, or is it right in the middle? Notice how comfortable your head is or is not at this point in this particular location. Whether your neck is comfortable there. To test the levels of comfort, I would like for you to do something. I would like for you to see if your head will tilt to the left ever so slightly, smaller than that, and go back to the center again. Now I'd like to see if you can repeat that process, but make it so small, it's barely perceptible. That's it. Notice how you managed to cut out at least 3/4 of the path. I want to see if you can halve it again. See if you can tilt to the left and back again, only even less than last time. That's it. Doing a great job. And notice how that's different. Does your head be more comfortable when it's ever so slightly to the left, or when you come back to the center? Okay, stop doing that for a while now and just rest for a bit. Just rest. That's good. Resting comfortably, of course. Very good. Now I'd like for you to pay attention to the right side of your head and see if you can repeat the process, going ever so slightly to the right, and then back to the center. And notice any differences between that and when you went to the left. So move it ever so slightly to the right. So small a movement that your attention really zeroes in on it. Maybe it even moves itself. And back to the center. There you go. And I wonder which of the two directions felt most comfortable to you. Now stop trying anything and just relax. Or rather, rest comfortably. That's it, just rest comfortably. No need to do anything in particular just now. Whenever you're ready, just bring yourself back again to the room, eyes open, feeling refreshed and alert, having had an interesting exploration. Good job. Good job. How are you doing? Very pensive there. Some food for thought, eh?
A lot.
So just talk me through what happened for you.
What happened before at a certain point I went again into too much relaxation, becoming aware of the head. And then we started tilting the head. And I was not comfortable tilting it to the right.
But what about the left? How does the left compare to the right?
Well, at the beginning I noticed that I tilted it, in my opinion, slightly, but once I got the instruction to tilt it unnoticeably, that felt a lot more comfortable.
Right.
But tilting it to the right didn't feel comfortable at all.
Right, so there's something going on there, right?
Yeah.
So inside there's something going like one way is, yeah, I'll go with that, the other way not so much. And initially you did more on the left-hand side, and actually doing less was more comfortable, wasn't it?
It was much more comfortable.
That was interesting to notice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you're learning some things about yourself. Not quite sure what all this means yet, but there's definitely something of an exploration going on here, right? Very good. You're a great person to work with because you're getting some very interesting insights here, right?
Yeah, for myself.
For yourself. Well, that's, we're both winning out in this. I get to do my little experiment and you get to actually learn about yourself a little bit too, right? You up for one more round?
Okay.
Okay. Again, this is going to be more about the comfort. So if at some point you tip into the relaxation, you've already pulled yourself out the last time. So that's a good job. We'll do the same thing again. Okay. For this one, however, I'm going to ask you to place your hands on your lap. So one on each lap. There you go. Make sure they're comfortable as well as they are resting right now. Because in a moment you're going to close your eyes. Very good. So in a moment we're going to ask you to close your eyes again. So make sure your arms are comfortable that they can rest in this sort of position for a while. Yeah? Okay, just close your eyes. Very good. And already notice how your attention is gathering inside much more naturally than before, right? Isn't that interesting? Because a learning process is occurring. You're getting better and better at navigating through your own inner mind. You're doing a good job here. And as you did before, notice how your breathing shifted by itself and the comfort increases because of it. Isn't that pleasant? And let that comfort continue to increase without any sense of relaxation, just comfort and rest. So it's comfortable and pleasant. Now you have a right arm and you have a left arm. I want you to be aware of your right arm, just aware of it. And I want you to be aware of your left arm, just to be aware of it. Now, your right and your left arm may feel similar, but they'll be different because they're different arms. I wonder how they feel different right now. That's it. Now, if you were to lift one of those two arms ever so slightly, like you did with the head tilt, if you were to lift one of those two hands ever so slightly, so it's barely not touching your leg, I wonder which of those two would lift most comfortably right now. That's it. Have you noticed which one it is yet? I'd like for you to just barely lift it and barely return it over and over again, and notice if that comfort increases. Barely lifting and barely and then returning back to rest. And barely lifting all over again. Maintain that cycle for a while. And just notice the comfort levels. Now just rest for a bit. And when I rest, I mean rest in a comfortable way, not in a relaxing way. Just rest comfortably without doing anything for a while. And I wonder if that comfort grows as you rest without doing anything. Okay, now return your attention to whichever of those hands made you feel most comfortable on lifting. Now wonder if you could lift it exactly the same amount as last time and increase your comfort with that. And what would happen, that's it, if you allow that hand to continue? Could you observe the comfort growing if it continued on its own? And I wonder what rate that comfort would grow. If the hand lifted faster, could you observe the comfort growing further? That's it. And I wonder what that hand would have to do to suddenly double your level of comfort there. Do you know yet? Or do you get to find out? Are you enjoying this experiment so far? Just nod your head if you are. Very good. Are you willing to take another step in the experiment? So in a moment I'm going to reach over and touch your left arm. I'm going to do so in a way that's going to be comfortable to you. And I want you to just notice the sensations that you're experiencing grow or diminish as a result. Is that okay with you? So here I am touching the arm. And notice what happens to the comfort here. Did it increase? Does that increase when it comes over to there? And notice how that hand over here feels different, and your own comfort levels can change with it too. Now I wonder if that arm could kind of move by itself. Would it move down by itself, or would it move up? Which way do you think it wants to go? That's right. And you can tell because the comfort increases, can you not? There you go. And you're not moving that arm, are you? It's kind of happening by itself. I wonder if it will choose an unusual path to increase that comfort, because it could move left and right. as well as up or down, could it not? And right now you have no idea which way it'll move, do you? But it will be more comfortable. So carry on enjoying that exploration for a while. That's it. Step by step. There you go. You're learning a lot about yourself, are you not? So, in a moment, I'd like for you to just bring this experiment to a natural close. Your hand can return to your lap. Your breathing can return back to normal. Your eyes will open. You can feel refreshed, relaxed, just like we were before, and we'll have a little chat. But because you've been doing quite a profound piece of learning, please feel free to take a few moments over the next few seconds to do that, so you don't feel too rushed. And when that hand touches your lap and your eyes open, we'll have a little chat then. There you go. Just mentally unwind everything and let that hand return. It's okay for you to move it yourself as well. The lesson for now is over. Now the important bit will be the chat we have about that. There you go, just bring it right back now. That's it. I know it takes a little bit of effort to reconnect that hand, doesn't it? There you go, all the way down. All the way down. And then you can come all the way back. There you go. Wow. Wasn't that something? Wasn't that something? Weird. That would be the way of saying it. But comfortable, no? Was there comfort involved?
Yeah, at some instances, because you kept asking which way is it going to go, and does it know? And initially, I had the feeling that my hand was bouncing up and down all the time.
Right.
And you said something like, put it down, and I was feeling it bouncing up and down all the time.
Right.
And then you started saying that it had to, either was going to go up, and I felt like I was all the time dribbling a basketball.
Right. So would it be fair to say your hand felt like you weren't really in charge of it for a while? It just kind of did its own thing. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, and the weird part was I could hear you distinctly telling me that it was okay to bring my hand down myself. And I thought my hand was somewhere here.
Right. And you didn't quite realize it hadn't actually touched your lap yet, right?
Yeah. So I was thinking I'm bringing it down. So
like,
I should
what
beat my
was he
knee.
talking about? I'm already there. But
yeah, exactly.
My knee seems an awful long way. Who dropped my knee to the floor?
That was weird, yeah.
That's strange, isn't it?
I was already there.
But this is the interesting part, because you have a very good mind, and you notice how quickly your mind moved you from a normal reality to something where you had a different relationship to the way you normally have your hands, because you use your hand every day, right?
Yeah.
And yet your relationship to it changed very quickly. You felt it differently. You felt it bouncing up and down, and as people here will tell you, there wasn't much bouncing going on. It was pretty much stable, and maybe every now and again it went down or up a little bit. But if you understand you correctly, it felt like pretty extravagant motions to you, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that can happen inside the mind when you focus in the right way, isn't there? Are you glad you came? Are you glad you volunteered and had a little bit of an exploration here? Well, I certainly am, because this has been very useful in terms of the little project we're running here. Is there anything else you want to tell me about that session that you think was interesting or important for you?
Well, just one other thing is that before that you did the tilting the head thing, and I noticed that my head wasn't straight but tilted to the right, whereas I told you that I didn't feel comfortable, and this time I didn't have any. But I was aware that it tilted to the right.
So something inside you is fixing things, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is something very interesting. Although we haven't gone down that road, we haven't done hypnosis or trance officially yet or anything like that. Notice how your body's already responding by kind of fixing things, healing things, if you like, because you notice, oh, I didn't even realize that the right side was somehow feeling less pleasant than going left. And the very next time, it seems like your inner mind or your unconscious, however you want to call it, was doing something to fix it whilst you were busy learning a separate lesson. Isn't that a pretty powerful mind to have? Don't you feel good about that?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a real pleasure to work with you. Had some real good fun here.
Yeah, though it raises questions within myself.
It does raise questions. It does raise questions. Important questions too, right? Is there any of those critical questions you want to raise with me right now, or is it something more for you to contemplate?
It's more for me.
No, I understand. I don't want to invade any privacy there, but it's important that if you do have any questions about any of the experience, you're welcome to ask me at any point.
No, not at this stage.
Okay, great. Well, Romeo, thank you so much for coming here. I really appreciate you taking the time.